Fuck yeah, it's real good.
Awesome.
What are you watching?
That's good to hear.
The Witcher first episode is out.
Oh, is it out?
Yeah, the rest of the series starts on Friday.
Nice.
They got the first. It's a first episode teaser. For season 2. It's an hour long.
I heard something was out for it.
Counting down very slowly.
It's an hour long. They definitely paid way more attention to the lore.
Sarah's topic. That's cool. I saw the one that.
Wait, yeah. Actually, what's the topic?
Oh man, guys, we're so prepared.
I love how we're live now and we're talking about this. Not knowing.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
This just shows how prepared we are all the time.
No, this is.
And we are live on YouTube and Twitch. It's the Villains Talk Show.
No, it's not.
Villains.
We're the heroes of our own stories.
No, we're not. Don't be ridiculous. In what world is Dee and Maurice and Taven?
He is definitely a hero of his own
Heroes
story.
of anything.
Well, okay. I wasn't talking about me, but Taven, maybe. That's different.
Hello and welcome to the Villains Talk Show and podcast.
That's not
They
true.
really aren't.
I am one of your hosts, C4. And beside me is Sara Vike.
Oh, we're talking about.
Below me is the Great
host.
Grease Goblin. On the far side is Insanieac, and then Sir. Oh my god, all the name cards work. Yay. If you're on YouTube, there is no name cards. I'm sorry.
Bottom one.
Well,
Wait, actually, though, what are we talking
eventually,
about?
maybe we'll figure out and post it.
Wait, what?
You might want to fix that.
What?
No, more anything.
On this.
Oh, we're talking
thing,
about
it
that?
says-
I thought we were going to
Oh
do
my
that
god,
next
it
week.
changed. It didn't work. No.
I don't know what's going on right now.
It's okay.
Wait, we're talking about video
Oh,
games,
I
achievements,
see,
right?
I see.
Video games and achievements.
Oh
That
my
was
god.
Because
I'm
we're
so
supposed to be talking about that on our special on our Christmas special.
I'm so bad. Today's topic.
I know.
I don't know what are we talking about today, C4? You tell
What
us.
are we talking about today? Today we are talking about something fun, as I change it, because it is the true meaning of Christmas.
I thought we were doing that for our Christmas special on Saturday.
No, on Saturday we're talking about villains.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Christmas villains.
Man, guys, we're so good.
prepared.
we
We're so
are.
good.
I was prepared, and then I wasn't.
thought we were going to do this. I suggested this for next week. I
thought this was for
today.
I thought this was for next week or Saturday.
I don't think I'll be able to do a show next week. I'm going to be busy with trying to film my movie. So I figure we do the show on Saturday and I'll post that on Wednesday and then everything will be golden. That being
Maybe
said,
we should tell
hello
people
and
about
welcome to the Villains Talk Show
Which one?
podcast.
Show.
Today is the true meaning of Christmas.
The truest of meanings.
We are villains, so
big meaning of Christmas though.
I will go out and say that the reason I wanted to talk about this when it was brought it up because the true meaning of Christmas to a Jew who is also had to celebrate Christmas his entire life because everyone else did. True meaning of Christmas to me is just don't get excluded. Like
Learn to have fun on your own way.
Fair.
like there was once every 5 years that like it's about every 5 years that Hanukkah happens around Christmas, so I don't have to really fake it. But like, man, like I know it's an overly beaten drum, but being a Jew at Christmas is ridiculous. Like it's why I worked Christmas for like the last 5 years.
Fair enough.
That makes
Good time to
sense.
get paid, right? Get holiday pay, time and a half. It's not even your holiday.
Just to throw that out there, even though my family is Jewish and we shouldn't celebrate Christmas, what made it more confusing as a kid is for a while until me and my sisters like actually like grew up and were in like late teens, we celebrated Christmas.
That does
So
make
like,
things a little awkward.
yeah,
Just a
it
little bit.
really did.
Guys, we're gonna switch up gears a
That
little
would
bit
make
here.
it confusing for sure.
So,
Yeah, I understand. That's a little awkward.
and I'm not
Yeah.
going to say the true meaning of Christmas is buying gifts because I do like giving gifts for people, but yeah.
Well, that's supposed to be the meaning of
Capitalism.
Christmas, right? It's not supposed to be really getting stuff. It's supposed to be giving something and watching someone appreciate something that they received, even if they don't know it's from you or something that's somebody else.
And that's true, but Black Friday was
Ruins
essentially Black Friday was like the fungus that developed from the Christmas buying. I mean, that's what it means. Going to the black in a company
back
means...
then it wasn't exactly like you were supposed to. You're supposed to make your own things and buy stuff. It wasn't exactly supposed to be like an excuse to capitalism, like it has become.
An excuse to capitalism. But
so
exactly
obviously, like Christian, we were always bombarded with like, don't forget the true meaning for the real reason for the season, and Jesus is
Saturnalia,
the real reason, and don't forget Jesus. Don't take Christ out of Christmas.
But
and Christ then I got a little older, and I looked into things, and I was like, wait a second, like, what's the purpose of the tree? It has nothing to do with Jesus.
Nazis.
Yeah.
As a Jew, I will say that every day. What do I see when I see Christmas trees? Nice little Nazi ornaments everywhere, and everyone's like, fascism is bad, Nazis are evil. Oh yeah? I see Christmas trees everywhere, and they were invented by the fucking Nazis.
I'm pretty sure they were invented by Romans to celebrate the god Saturn.
That is a different thing.
No, that is a different thing. Saturnalia has nothing to do with trees.
Well, that's a Saturnalia tree, is it not?
No.
It's a pole, isn't it?
It's a Tannenbaum. It is a 100% German creation. Un Tannenbaum.
Say Christmas is an abomination nowadays.
Day by the Roman, when Constantine took over the Roman Church as a way to marry ancient Roman beliefs as well as Christian, he took the birth date of Saturn, which was their god, and they melded it and said that's the birthplace of Jesus. And instead of the 21st, they moved it to the 25th.
Yeah, it's all shoved right in there with the winter solstice.
Well, because that was trying to work with like.
No, Jesus was born during
time.
Spring.
I've heard September. It doesn't matter though. Like it's one of 365 days.
The birthday,
or 365 or 366.
If anything, the one thing in the Bible it teaches more so that the rebirth is probably the most
11
important.
Months, I think it was 11 or 13 months.
13.
Sorry, what were you saying, Insanieac? Kind of got drowned out.
I don't know if I'm saying this with a firm belief of anything or knowledge of it, but I'm just saying I thought that if anything, the one day that was kind of more important was his rebirth of anything, not really his actual birth.
Oh yeah, like the resurrection, Easter.
Yeah.
Much more important. Yeah. Doesn't really matter what day Jesus was born.
But
it's more important because there are eggs and a giant rabbit that breaks into
there is no awesome Easter carols. Name me an Easter carol.
I can't even that phrase alone.
I can name some. Because you know what?
I can't even think of one.
Do you know what Easter carols are called? They're called requiems.
The fact that there's a thing called an Easter carol is
they're not. They're called requiems.
Either way.
Because a requiem,
I understand.
Because a requiem is about the death, and it's either you do the death of the earth during the Mozart's requiem, which is about the earth exploding, or you do Vivaldi's requiem, which is about the death of Jesus and then the earth exploding. But that's what you call Easter carol, is a requiem. And I may be Jewish, but I will never ever say anything bad about Christmas carols. Fuck, our Christmas carols amazing, and I hate it.
Yeah.
There's no the only song I get in this time of year is dreidel, 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 I made you out of clay, and when you're dry and ready with dreidel, I shall play.
I only think of that one whenever I think of South Park because I'm not.
That makes me so. I mean, it's awesome, but at the same time,
I'm sorry, but yeah.
There's another song by Adam Sandler that I can't sing because of copyright issues.
Yeah, that's the
8 Crazy Nights.
Hanukkah. Yeah, 8 Crazy Nights. It's not. It's the movie it's from. The song isn't it called that? It's like something. It's like Chanukah or something or like that.
Yeah.
And he's like,
it's
a lot of jokes. It's like a Weird Al parody of Hanukkah song.
And then the only other Jewish thing we ever got at Christmas time was Rugrats because Tommy was Jewish.
Yeah,
and I got to see an animated version of the Maccabees taking back the temple.
That was really cool.
That sounds fantastic.
It was actually really good. I can't say anything bad about it.
I didn't even know anything about it, and I really enjoyed the whole thing. The only thing I had in context-wise of that was watching the movie The Prince of Egypt from DreamWorks or whatever.
But that's
yeah.
That's Passover.
Not the same thing. No, I know that's not the same thing. But that was the only context I had to what that related to.
Quick question to the table. I think Jeremy and Sara. Well, Jeremy knows this story, but to the other three, what is the true story of Hanukkah?
It has to do with a lamp and oil, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Say this is definitely going to pull from my Regrets roots. I honestly am going to say because that's about all I know.
Something about a lamp that burned for 8 days.
Or I remember it's a point during. I think it was like a great moment of hardship for the Jewish people. I don't remember the time when it was, but it was to celebrate a point of having little to nothing and celebrating what you did have, which was the light and the fire and the candles with your family.
You're so close. So to summarize it, for anyone out there who's listening doesn't know what Hanukkah is about the Festival of Lights, and what that means is thousands of years ago when the Romans took over Israel, they basically subjugated us. And so a terrorist cell, I'm not even lying, it's a terrorist cell called the Maccabees, which were Jews, existed in Rome. And this terrorist cell grew so big that they were able to drive out the Romans. And the Romans, as the last thing they did, is they sacked the Jewish temple. And there was only enough oil to burn for one night. And it takes 8 days to make oil, so that the lights in the temple could keep burning. And then the lights didn't go out for 8 days. And that's the miracle of Hanukkah, is we drove out the Romans and we kept the lights in the temple burning. That's pretty much it. It's a super simple story.
I appreciate it a little bit more than what I was expecting. I honestly expected a lot harsher.
It's a lot simpler than there was 3 wise men and an angel descended from the heavens and told them
so much
to go east and follow yonder star.
There were no angels involved with the wise men.
And that's not true, actually. That's how they knew to go.
According to the Gospels of Matthew and Luke, it is.
They were told by an angel.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, there's Virgin Mary standing there. And then Michael appears and says, you shall be the vessel for God. He shall be made flesh within you.
Yeah.
And then she went to her husband and just, somehow, by the way, Joseph in the story, the guy who gets forgotten so much, if you think about that guy, he got cucked hard. Like, and even worse, he had to raise the child. he got cucked so hard. Oh my god!
They did have more kids, though, right? Like,
I want to almost write a nativity story from the position of Joseph, as if he's just like, and he's like, yeah, she got laid by God, and like looks at them like, oh my god, really? And he's just like looking around like, what the fuck?
Okay, John.
No, sorry, I'm not done the story. When she got pregnant, she then went to the inn, but they said, oh no, we can't have you. And then he went to another inn and they said, oh no, we can't have you. And then once she went to the manger, this blessed manger that's still in Bethlehem, by the way, I've seen it. A star was born in the sky, and wise men came and brought gifts as angels sang. Like, the fuck?
Okay. You claim that there are angels involved in the story of the Magi. I read it this morning like 40 times because a kid was trying to claim that he knew precisely that the Magi came 13 days after Jesus was born. Anyways, it goes like this. Matthew chapter 2. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, where is the one who's been born king of the Jews? We saw his star in the east and have come to worship him. That's
but
it.
How did they know? Wait.
I don't know, man.
Which version? No. We're doing research on this.
Version, but
Sir Jeremy.
which one would you prefer?
Sir Jeremy.
Which one would you prefer?
Man,
Hold on.
I feel like he's checked out just like me.
I want a third party to research this. Sir Jeremy, I need you to research.
Which one would you prefer? Pick a version.
I want you to tell me who told the wise men about yonder star. That's all I want to know.
King James version. Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we've seen a star in the east and are come to worship him. English Standard Version.
Yeah, but where did they think of that?
We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him.
Insanieac looks so dejected from the conversation.
I'm scrolling through Facebook. I feel like I'm like a part of our demographic who's probably checked out at this point.
I'm trying to look it up, but I also don't care enough to look it up. I'll let you two fight this out.
Apparently, it was King Herod the Magi.
King Herod?
King Herod the Magi.
King Herod one of Judea by announcing Jesus' birth. He is a Jerusalem-born Magi.
I went and talked to King Herod.
I know who King Herod is. That's interesting. I did not know that. I will secede that.
Thank you.
My point, though, being...
That's Matthew 2:2.
Yeah.
I mean, when you talk to a child who you know is lying, the way you know they're lying is not because they say this is how it happened. It's because of the entire story that leads up to how it happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I will secede that in the end, 2,000 years later, I do like the lights at night.
Okay.
I do like Christmas. I do like Christmas lights.
Christmas lights are pretty great. I'm glad you like them. You're going to see a whole lot of them in a few days.
Anyway, with that rant over, let's tour the cross of Flora to the person who's not paying attention at all. Insanieac.
That's my name.
Tell us what you feel about the true meaning of the holiday.
I mean, for me, it's kind of, I guess, because I kind of grew up with families that, you know, my parents were Protestant, so I grew up with them, you know, learning about Christmas and Santa Claus, and, you know, the belief in Santa Claus and all that. And then, you know, one day, my parents, you know, you get older, you make mistakes. They forgot to, you know, put the stockings or whatever one night, and then they came in really late in the morning and woke up, caught them putting some stuff, and kind of figured it out from there, began starting to question things. But then, like, as you get older, you start to understand what it's about, right? And as a kid, you thought it was more the mystery of getting these presents from nowhere, when really it was people who cared about you were going out of the way to give you stuff that you really didn't need, and honestly was just meant to make you happy, even though a lot of it was just toys and garbage that really kind of irrelevant when you get to a certain age and you realize half that shit you probably don't have anymore that you got for Christmas. That you probably look back now, any of the things that you have had for Christmas, you probably don't have most of those things anymore. Maybe some of them, but probably not. I would take a wager maybe 60%. At least that's for me. Of things that I don't have anymore from what I got for Christmas. And a lot I got toys and things, and like, yeah, I got stuffed animals. I don't have all of them. I think the last stuffed animal I got as a Christmas gift is right up there. And I got that one probably like 2 years ago. That is the only stuffed animal I had.
You brought up
was because it came
really intriguing question. That I'm going to let you keep going, but I'll just tell you what I'm.
That was kind of about my point.
Because you said, what you probably don't like. You got me thinking. What is the oldest Christmas anything I still have?
Right. If you think back on all your stuff that you have gotten from Christmas, you probably don't have a lot of the things you.
No, I'm gonna curtail this to only what I have, because my parents do have some stuff from when we were small children that they still use at Christmas, so that's not fair.
Yeah, decoration, but I mean like a gift that you had gotten.
I've still got all my Barbie dolls from when I was a kid. I got a lot of those for Christmas and birthdays.
Good.
I was to say a lot of families have the tradition for handing down the angel or the star from the top of the tree.
Yeah.
My
aunt has our family, as far as I remember.
Nice. Aw.
I'm sorry, what was that, Sir Jeremy?
Some families have a tradition of passing down the angels of their tree that they hang on their tree down to another
The tree topper.
Yeah, for their kids.
I mean, I know what you're talking about because I've seen
it's
it.
It's mostly an English thing.
My
That's
mom,
the English side of my family does a lot of
mom
that
too. My mom got her tree topper from her mom. It's just an angel that.
It's either an angel or a star. I had an angel that my dad had, and my aunt has the star from my mom's side of the family.
That's an interesting idea. See if my grandma still has hers. Sure, she does.
Grandma is like Christian. I'm not really sure, to be honest.
And some families, you can tell that their tree toppers are like expensive as fuck because they'll be like made of glass and shit.
My mom's is like this old dusty ass like doll.
Yeah, So, oh yeah. I got one of those porcelain glass dolls.
Yeah, it looks like it should be porcelain, but it's plastic, and it's just holding like a Christmas light in its hand, and it's just really awkward.
Yeah, it looks like the angel, the one I got. It's porcelain, same thing, holding a candle, I think it is. But it's like a little light that you can plug into the tree.
Yeah. Oh shit! I'm looking right at it.
One.
Hold on, I have the thing. I can even show you.
We actually, when I was a kid, we made one. My mom did a craft with us. We made an angel to go on top of our tree, but I don't know what happened to it.
I had made one kind of like that too. It was really ugly, like shitty paper stuff.
Oh, ours was actually really nice. My mom's super artistic.
Oh, I made it in school, and I just tried.
All right, one day. I got this as a gift from my aunt when I was 3 years old.
Wow. I don't think I have any.
Oh, that's cute.
That's like a Christmas ornament, but
I keep it. It's mine, and it's always been on. Just I hang it up everywhere.
I won't disagree on that one. Like I said, about
my name on it.
About 60%.
Nice.
It's hard to see.
I have one of those.
With the light, yeah.
Actually,
my mom. That's a good point. I'm pretty sure that I have one from the year I was born that someone made.
It's made from really shitty plastic.
I have those too.
But I still, for some reason, I still have this.
And so I for that one, that one makes sense. I understand that one completely. Like I was saying, about 60% of the stuff for me.
Oh yeah, no, 60% is a good. Like thinking about it, you're right. Like I do have some small things that have survived over the years that I've had from when I'm really small. Yeah. Here's an easy one. Here's another one that I just saw that I was looking for originally.
If you could really pull out like a toy out of nowhere, like Sarah saying she has Barbies, like that's kind of.
This is definitely not a toy. But
for me, I wish I had video games. But...
You want to talk about something that's 31 years old? It's just a rock with a painting on a lizard on it. My grandmother, when I was born, she gave me this rock, and it says "Long Life." And I've had it for I've had this for 31 years.
That's cool.
My entire life.
It's not a Christmas present, but I have a teddy bear that my dad gave me when I was born. So same thing.
I honestly probably can't even think of the most recent gift or the longest gift I've held on to. I'd definitely have to look around and think because I don't know. I have
teddy bear. It was the day I was
on that subject.
Mine would also watch. My mom got me a Witcher's pocket watch.
That's actually neat.
That is neat.
Let's move south to.
Or are we talking about
pocket Greasy Boy? Because
Greasy Boy. Pocket watch.
Yeah, mine's like a Witcher.
That's
boy.
Actually really nice. I'm actually
mine's
super
jealous. Or mine's a Fallout one.
Pretty sick. The Fallout one's pretty sick. I don't. I'm not. I wasn't like. I haven't played The Witcher yet, but I do like the pocket watch. It's cool. I like the wolf aesthetic. So
they are.
I like it, but I never have a moment that I want. I feel the need to use my pocket watch. I really want to use it though. I'm like, how many times do I'm like,
all the time? You can use it for whatever you want.
I want to use this.
You can beat people with it.
I don't really I have a phone. I don't really.
Sorry, you finish.
Well, that was it. I'm like, I have a phone. I don't really.
I was gonna say, I want to use this as a bit of a segue because you gave me a great idea. What is of all the gifts you've gotten at Christmas, because everyone's gotten gifts at Christmas, what was hands down the best gift? Not the gift you were most excited for, because you always get a Christmas gift and you're super excited for a new game system and you play the fucking shit out of it. And that's great. I'm talking about what's the most useful gift you've ever been given. Maybe something that you didn't realize until a couple years later, because I have this. I guess
Sara
I guess I'm going to let everyone think about it.
I don't think I've ever gotten like a useful gift.
Well, I mean, like a gift you didn't realize you needed. That would be another way to put it. Something you got given. You look at it and you're like, when would I ever use? And then as you like move on, you're like, holy shit, this thing is just amazing.
I can't think. I honestly, the only time I can ever think of a gift that I really was like, I felt useful and enjoyed the most was my PlayStation 2. That was one gift that I thoroughly to this day regret selling. Like, I am so mad I got rid of my PS2. That was the best system ever.
They were, really
but that's just because I grew up. That's just because I grew up with it. Honestly, Xbox was also super great too.
What about you, Sarah? You seem to have.
Yeah. I wouldn't have even thought about it, but it's what I'm wearing. It may not be the most useful thing, but it certainly was like the most unexpected thing that I still use on a regular basis. It's just like a shawl, and my parents gave it to me for Christmas when I was probably 13.
And I still have it
and wear it all the time.
It's just some random thing you never thought you would get, and it's super useful.
It is. Yeah. It's super warm and cozy, and I love it.
For me,
it wasn't. I was younger than that.
I mean,
when I got it,
I think I've shown some of my metal jackets on the stream. The black one and the brown one for sure.
Actually, I do remember. Just on a side note, my oldest gift, because it's been hanging up here. As a kid, my grandmother gave me this guy. I've held on to this for the longest time.
That's cute.
The first time I went to Montreal to visit my family on my dad's side. Apparently, and I didn't know this. Apparently, every kid in my grandma's family, and it's pretty big the amount of kids. My grandma had 7 kids, and they all have had kids except for one. And every of the grandkids have asked for this thing. And I was the youngest one, and my grandma gave it to me. It was the first time that my dad came home, and I was with him. She got to meet me for the first time.
Oh, and it's Garfield.
I have never and Garfield was my. The reason I asked for it because I loved Garfield at the time. I love his comics. I still have old Garfield comics that I loved reading. So for me, this was like my favorite character as a kid. And I was like, that's amazing. Like, he's super cool. And like, could I have it? And she's like, yeah, I guess. Like, I never got rid of it. It wasn't really like a Christmas gift, but it was when I went to see my family for Christmas, and I asked my grandma.
That counts.
I would say it's a Christmas gift.
That counts.
That counts as a Christmas.
But
yeah.
I was gonna say,
was the one I've held on to the longest.
My gift. I have had this since I was 13, so close to 15 years. This is my winter jacket. It is a leather duster, and it's lined, and it is Danier leather, which is a nice leather company. I put on that patch in the back myself, and this thing has saved my life many times. It is a blanket when I needed it. I won't say why. It has been a bed. This thing is this thing has been through hell and back, but because it's such a nice jacket, it's just survived. And I've had it since I was 13, and it was technically my first patch jacket because I put that on the back.
That's sick.
That's from a Skeleton Witch album.
Nice.
And I've had every winter. I'm always excited because I get to bring out my winter jacket, and I've had it. And it was one of those gifts I got at 13. Like at the time, it went almost like just to my knee, like just past my knees, maybe halfway down my calf. And like I remember thinking at the time, like, when am I ever going to use this? And I didn't wear it until I was in high school. And the jacket, it's been with me ever since. It's one of my favorite Christmas presents.
That's awesome. It's pretty sick jacket to have that last that long and still be like.
Also, you said you got it when you were 13?
Yeah.
That means it's 18 years old. It's an adult.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, it's been an adult for a while, Sarah.
I don't want to know.
Those tough choices.
That's
tough road.
Let's move down to our most well-traveled and less traveled members.
I forgot what the question was, I'm going to be honest.
Oh, best Christmas gift. Most useful one.
Oh. I think I still stand by what I was saying, the PS2. I cannot think of a useful gift that I've held on to. Every gift that I have had and held on to has been like that stuffed animal, like pictures.
Insaniac, just saying.
Okay, actually, hold on. I do have a useful gift.
He's like, I don't have sentimental. I don't keep gifts. Wait, there's this really fuzzy toy. Wait, there's more. Why don't we move down to Grease Goblin while he's
I actually ran to grab the 2 that I still have.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're pretty mundane. I'll be honest.
Okay,
But one is a hammer.
that's a
That's a
sick
good gift.
gift.
It is.
Honestly, yeah.
I got it 2 years ago.
Nice.
It's a great
And I
gift.
Was
still
that a
have it.
hint?
Of what?
I don't know, but whoever gave it to you, it sounds like a hint.
To get hammered. To hammer.
Well, for our wedding, we
Oh.
got like 7 sets of knives, so I'm hoping that wasn't a hint. So.
Speaking of knives,
That's amazing. Thank you for the follow, DSMP fan. 4321.
Welcome. to-
Nice. Oh.
You got
Oh, you
knives?
That's
didn't
pretty
remember
sick.
my
Yeah.
second favorite gift. Let me go get it. No,
Knives?
I've seen
it's
this
not
one
right
in person. This is my pizza cutting knife.
That's your. Oh yeah, that is your pizza cutting.
Yeah.
That
My
thing
brother
is
once gave me a knife
sexy.
engraved with for my favorite sister. That made me happy.
Now I went and found my most useful-ish gift. I guess I had asked some time ago. It's a leather bag, and it's just a casual leather bag, and it's a little in a personal sense that usually it carries. I'm a big marijuana smoker, and it carries all my cannabis. It perfectly carries my personal grinder, my lighter, and my personal piece that I use for smoking. And it's all pretty handy dandy. And this wonderful little thing, you can't really tell because it's kind of like the light, but it's like really dark gray. And this thing is pretty amazing. The main reason I liked it for the color was that it actually, if you didn't really recognize it in a certain light, could look like a rock.
It totally does.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
this thing has
That
been
is a
probably
nice
the
rock.
most useful thing for me as somebody who, before cannabis was legal, was able to carry a lot of my stuff around without taking it onto work premises and still be able to smoke after work and still not be, without breaking any regulations or anything like this. So this wonderful handy dandy thing, I would take to work, I would leave it outside, and then I would come back and get it. And no one would find this thing. And I've forgotten about this before and left it for days and found it still there.
It would be
Wow.
hilarious if a child thought it was a rock.